Alrighty, folks. In the last installment, you saw us go through Brahms, and we actually went a little further and got the red crystal, but I wanted to start from here. As of right now, we've got 184 hearts. We need 200 by the time we get to Alma, so we're going to need to pick up 16 more hearts, which means we need 4 half hearts to drop on the way there. We currently have 3 of the 5 Drac parts, and we're in pretty good shape. So we're going to continue heading on. We're going to grab the red crystal, we're going to grab the Morning Star, and we're going to take the tornado during this tutorial, and maybe we'll grab the Flame Whip and get to Laruba as well. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how long it goes. We'll see how long it takes. I don't want to. I want all these sections to be no more than 20 or so minutes. I don't want to do 40-minute sections of this tutorial. So anyway, here we go. 7:58 in the morning. 184 hearts. We need to drop. We need 4 half hearts to drop. Unless we want to use some golden knives, then we need more because they're going to cost us 2. So there's 2 of them already. So that puts us at 192. So we only need 2 more hearts. Now again, make sure you're not on heart here. Make sure you're not on heart. If you're on heart, it'll bring you right back to Brahms. So switch over to rib, and let's go. I mean, it could be on anything other than heart. I like rib because we're gonna, it saves us a little grief. We have a chance to block a few things. That little dash jump there, that's always nice. If you want to learn the dash jump, you can look at the glitches tutorial. I also talked about it a little bit in some of the earlier tutorials in this series. All right, here's our red crystal. We now have a red crystal, which means the tornado is now active for us. We've activated the tornado. We have 202 hearts, so we actually could, if we pick up no more hearts, we could throw one golden knife. So what I'll do is I'm going to set a little short save state right here because we're going to try this next screen a couple of different ways. First thing we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to try jump whipping just to kind of see how that works. So there we go. That worked out just fine. Those 2 blobs can be a pain in the ass. Depending on what they decide to do, they can be real dicks or they can be easy like that. Now those dragons right there, we're going to talk about those 2 because if you get too close to them, they will throw fireballs at you. And if you're moving forward like this, obviously there you see the shield. If you're walking forward, the shield's not there. If you're jumping, the shield is there, so it does protect you. But if you're walking forward, it gives you no protection. So we'll try this entry into the screen a couple more times. See if we can find some different blob patterns. There we go. There's a crappy one. If that's the case, you just stop and take those hits. A little sky pattern there. That's not bad. So you'll see that these blobs do different shit. Now here's the thing. If you want to just use golden knives in here, walk in. If you're like good on hearts, like we're good. It takes 2 hearts to throw a golden knife. So you just want to be safe. Like let's say you're down to your last life and only got a few health left, but you're good on hearts, use those golden knives. There's nothing wrong with it. You can use them all the way through this screen if you want to. See? Problem is you're using 2 hearts each time. So whatever you want to do, if you want to jump and whip it, that's fine. If you want to use golden knives through here, that's fine. Generally, I never have this many hearts coming into this screen. I'm usually like 180, 185. So oftentimes I will use this jump whip method here and just sort of play them by ear. Then when you get to these dragons, make sure you jump with enough clearance that the end of your whip is hitting them on the way down. If you get inside of that, they will throw a fireball and you'll get hit. So I like to go about right here and then about right there. That way they don't fire. Now if you get closer to them than that, a lot of times they can fire. Like that and like that. See? So you don't want to get too close to them. If they sky over you like that, just leave them alone. Walk away. Those blobs are not going to make or break you. If you need to grind, don't grind blobs. Okay? All right. Now this section here is very important. This next screen, what you're going to want to do, as soon as the screen goes black on the transition, start mashing jump and holding left. Okay? And it'll cause you to jump right in between the xenomorph and the skeleton so that you can whip them both. Watch how this works. Actually, let's go ahead and just redo this screen here real quick. Nope. Bad pattern. It's okay. We're going to jump about here. All right, now as soon as the screen turns black, I'm going to start mashing jump and left, and that puts me right there. And then I'll do a double whip jump over that guy. Now, you don't have to do that. In this transition, you don't have to do that. You can do this. You can kill that guy and just drop here if you want to. I like the double whip transition. If I need a lot of hearts, I'll kill this skeleton too. So I'll show you kind of how that looks. Again, we'll do this whole screen again. All right, start mashing jump as soon as the screen turns black. Kill, turn around, kill, grab both hearts, and then you'll kill 2 of these guys together. Now, when I get right here, when I get right there where this platform is right there, I check my hearts. Because if I have 189 or 188, or if I have like 192, I know I'm going to need a couple of hearts, and this next screen is not the screen you want to farm on. I promise you that. If you have to, okay, look, let's say you're running low on time, you don't know if you're going to get to Morningstar before nightfall, which, actually, let's go ahead and check that. It's noon, we have plenty of time. You can actually just go and hope for the best. I have 212 hearts right now. In this particular section, I'm going to go ahead and use my holy water. I could use golden knife, no problem, but I'm going to use holy water because a lot of times you're not going to have a ton of hearts here. You're not going to want to waste them on golden knives. So I'll walk in, I'll walk 2 blocks forward. Now this next screen is called Blob Alley. This is a very challenging screen. I've lost a ton of runs here, and so have a lot of the best players in the game. If you're down to your last life or something and these blobs get on you, they're complete 100% pure RNG. So and the easiest way to deal with them to start with when you walk into the screen is holy water. I'll walk in, a couple of blocks, and then start throwing holy waters. See that? It takes 2 holy waters to kill him. Now those first 2 are gone. There's 3 more coming. So if you have extra hearts here, I would absolutely recommend using some golden knives. If not, you're just going to have to react as best you can. Here they come. There, that one gives us a sky. There we go. We got it. It's not always that easy, though. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not always that easy. But if you take the time to kill those first 2 blobs with holy water at the start, it doesn't get much more difficult. Okay, we just start mashing, jumping left here. Kill, kill, grab the hearts. Kill these 2 together. Kill this guy. Check your hearts, make sure you're good. Switch to holy water if you need to. I like to stay on rib, but you don't have to. Okay, so we've killed the first 2. Now that makes this whole thing much easier because now you got 2 coming from the front and 1 coming from the rear here. That was nice and easy. There are examples of Blob Alley that do not go anywhere near that well, and I'll see if I can pull us off one of those here. Let's say that you don't. Let's say you don't go for the holy water strat there in the beginning. Remember, hold left and jump. Let's just say, hey, we're just trying to go as fast as we can. We're not going to stand around and do holy water stuff. That's fine. You don't have to. Check your hearts. Good to go. Okay, so we lost 4 health there. We still got through okay. That's great. A lot of times it doesn't work out quite that way. So we'll do this section one more time. And I know I'm doing this section a lot here, but there's so many different things that you're going to see during running this section that I think it's important for me to show you as many as I can. You have control over this. Everything here you have control over. Those first 2 blobs you don't. Everything from here to the end of this screen you have complete control over. Check your hearts. Good to go. Moving in here, we're not going to go the holy water strat here. We're just going to go. That guy hit us. That actually was a very, very clean screen, and it's really nice when the RNG works out that way. Let's give it another try. Okay, nice. We were able to avoid the hit there. Hold left and mash. No hearts. Kill these 2. Kill this guy. Kill this guy, check hearts. Good to go. Not going to go with holy water again here. See how it goes. Nice. Oh. Okay, that's an example in which the blob RNG did not go our way. Luckily, it was our first life and we're fine. And we just go by this thing. And the Morningstar's in this town. I'm going to run this screen one more time. This time I'm going to show you the use of golden knives. Let's say you're minted like me right now, and you've got plenty of hearts. And right now I have 202 hearts. We're about to have a whole lot more than that. So when you get into this holy water screen, or this blob screen, Blob Alley, you can actually just be careful at the beginning and then use golden knives throughout this thing, like that. And then when you get down here, throw 2. See that? So if you have the golden knives, fucking use them. I mean, it really makes this screen easy as pie. If you have them, use them. All right. So you've seen 3 different ways to get through Blob Alley. You've seen it succeed and fail. Our morning star is going to be right here. Right here. Okay, we'll go down these stairs. You can do a floor drop there. We're going to go down the stairs. Switch to holy water because you're going to want to bust this floor out right here. I'm sure you've seen this before. And we're going to go take 200 of our hard-earned monies and buy this morning star. All right. Here's the thing. Now you got a decision to make. A lot of times when you get to this spot, you're going to be on your last life. A lot of times when you get to this spot, you're going to be on your second life. Now, here's the problem. We're on our first life still, which is because I'm using save states and I haven't really had any big deaths or anything. But we're on our first life here, which means that we can just go now with no problem. If you're still on your first life, even if you only have 1 pip of health, just go to the tornado. If at this point you're on your second life or your last life, then you got a decision to make, okay? Because right now we've bought the morning star. It looks like we have the oak stake for Laruba. We only have 18 hearts right now. So the deal here is that if you don't have 2 extra lives or at least 1 full life and 1 half life, if you don't have that, like let's say this was our second life and this is all we have left, just 5 pips plus our other life, you may choose to take a death abuse here. Okay? You may choose to take a death abuse here. And if you do, what that means is you're going to take an intentional game over. And the reason that we do that is because it resets your heart counter. You're going to need hearts. You're going to need 50 hearts in Laruba. So if this was your last life and you decided let's just go, and then you die 3/4 of the way to Laruba, which you're going to in the swamp, you lose all your hearts and you start back from 0 in the swamp going towards Laruba where you're going to need 50. That's not optimal, right? So you got to make a decision. In this case, with two lives in the bank plus this half or 5 pips of health here, I'm going to go. Now let's say, for instance, that this was my second life and I only have 5 pips plus 1 life. That is a very big challenge because I'll show you why when we get to the next section of this tutorial. Ondel is a spot where you're going to make some big decisions. You're going to make some big decisions here in Ondel, and the rest of your run is going to be dictated by what you do, okay? But we're going to pretend like we don't need to take death abuse here, okay? Like right now we don't need to take death abuse because we're healthy. We have 2 full lives plus this little halvesy, right? So here's what we do. As we come up these stairs, remember our floor drops. Jump up, jump down, jump back up, and floor drop, right? So jump up, jump down, jump back up, just like in Jova or anywhere else. That allows you to floor drop. So right now I have 2 full lives plus 5 of another life, which I shouldn't have at this point, but I do. And we're just going to use it and go. Although part of me wants to show you what it's like to have to take the death abuse here. It doesn't really matter. If you need to take death abuse, like let's say that let's say this is your last life, whatever. All you got to do is just walk over here and floor drop into the water. I missed the floor drop. That's okay. So that gets us down to player 2. If this was our last life, we would go ahead and just take another one. Okay? But obviously we didn't need to, so it doesn't really matter. But now we got to have game over, right? And now we're starting with no hearts. And that's okay because we're actually getting ready to go a bunch of places where we're going to get hearts like this here, which we didn't really get any hearts there, but anyway, in this case, we don't need to take the death abuse. We're good. So we're going to just head left. We want to pick up as many hearts as we can here. These guys drop 4s and the mummies drop 6s. So You really, ideally, would be walking out of this screen with 20 hearts at a minimum if you had to take the death abuse. I'm just going to switch to red crystal here. When you get here, you're just going to kneel down with that red crystal. Make sure you have that red crystal equipped. And then boom, we go for a ride. Okay, this is the mansion of Bodley. We're going to fucking skip it for now. We're not going into Bodley right now. We're taking our Morning Star and we're going to upgrade this bitch. So we kneel by this lake. Don't walk into the lake. I've done it. Here's how we upgrade our Morning Star. Now, you're going to use, remember that clip we did in Brahms in the last tutorial? You're going to do another clip here. And I want to show you how that works. Okay, how that works is we're going to use our holy water, and we stand on this block here. Now, what we want to do is we want to break those two middle blocks on this wall. We don't want to break the top block. That's the one we do not want to break. If you break the bottom one, it's okay. You do not want to break that top block, and there's a reason for that. Okay, just walk on through. This guy here is going to give us a free flame whip. Okay. Then we're going to jump on here, and we're going to use this block here to clip. We're going to stand half on this block, and it's going to push our head into that block above us, and we're going to tap jump like this. Now, if you don't get it the first time, you can adjust your positioning. But the idea would be that you can clip up into there. Having a little trouble with it right now for one reason or another. There we go. That's what it should look like. But it should be faster, so... You talk to this guy, you get your flame whip, you come over here, and you just clip straight up. Obviously, that's not ideal. What just happened there? The skeleton wouldn't be there if you were on time. So, let's do this whole section again. Pick up as many hearts as you can. That was a nice heart screen right there. Holy crap. Now, these blocks, one of the things I want to talk about these night, we're not going to deal with these blocks a lot in this category, but just remember, if they're on the rise, you can make it to the next one. If they're coming down, here's what's going to happen. Watch. So if the block's on its way down, you're not going to have enough lift to get over there. Just make sure that you're jumping when the block is on its way up. All right, so we're going to switch over to red crystal and duck. There is a really cool dash jump you can do out of this tornado. I just can't remember how to do it. I'll have to go back and figure that out again. I've done it a few times. Okay, remember, up here, down here, and then duck as soon as you enter the next screen. Do not walk into the lake. Right now we're going to take this Morning Star, we're going to upgrade it to our Flame Whip. Just recall, we jump across these blue blocks here, purple blocks, whatever. Break those middle two, not the top one, because if you break the top one, you can't clip. We'll go ahead and upgrade. Okay. We'll jump up here. Get our little clip. That's how long the clip should take. You should get it in 1 or 2 tries at tops. This next section, I'm actually going to make this next section into its own tutorial, Flame Whip to Laruba, because there is a lot going on in this next section. And I'll run it real quick so you can see what's going on, but there is so much. Every little section of this has been dialed in to where you're the most efficient you can possibly be, and you're going to have to make decisions based on your health too. So, like, we need to get across the first section of this swamp without dying, which is right here. I'm going to take this little boost here. And then what we want to do is we're going to want to take a death here. We're going to want to intentionally die right there. Now we're on our last life. This is the only life that we're going to have as we come through Laruba and shit. So It's very important that we do the right thing with this health, because if this is your last life coming into here, if you did not take the death abuse like I didn't, you have 4 HP to get through Laruba and get the other oak stake before you die. If you die in here before getting the other oak stake, you're going to lose a ton of time. Right now we have 66 hearts, so we can buy the second oak stake in here, no problem. We already have the money, and we have the money to kill Carmilla as well. So when you get to this spot, just take your time. You do not want to take damage in here if you can avoid it, because there's spots where, you know, you're probably going to take a little damage. Like right there where we had those 2 spear knights, we could have taken some damage, but we didn't. But anyway, so this is going to be the next tutorial, the section between Flame Whip and Laruba, and I think we're going to clear Laruba in the next tutorial as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this this section of our speedrun tutorial. Next section is going to be Flame Whip through Laruba, and then after that it's going to be probably one section from Laruba to Bodley, because there is a lot to talk about just in that one little section. And then Bodley will be its own. Well, maybe Bodley won't. It's only a 1-minute mansion, so we can probably just blow through that. I will spend some time talking about the floor drops in there because there's some cool stuff, but hopefully you're starting to gain a little bit of understanding of how this game functions, what kind of stuff you need to look at, what to keep your eyes on, how you're going to need to make adjustments based on your health, your hearts, your experience, your level. It's a constant mind game in this game, and just playing it enough times, you'll see all of those different things happen, and that will teach you what you need. I'm going to try to teach you what I can, but there is no there is no backup. You know, there is no substitute for just getting runs in and just playing runs. So anyway, that's the section from Brahms to Flame Whip. And when we come back, we've got a lot to talk about. These next few sections, we get very, very fun. They get very, very technical. And this is where you're going to gain or lose a ton of time. You can, without even realizing it, you can gain or lose 2 minutes in the next section without even realizing it. So, as a newer player, anyway. But anyway, thank you all for being here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, write them down in the comments. Throw me a follow, throw me a like, give this video a like. That way it shows me that you guys want more content like this. I will be happy to continue to do tutorials on this game, different kinds. I'll do different categories, whatever you want. Just let me know in the comments. And thanks for engaging with the content. And I hope these tutorials are helping you become a better Castlevania 2 player. And I will see you on the flip side.